It's Kate from the Confident Ladies Club. Hope you're having a great day. Today we are doing our weekly Q&A thread in the Confident Ladies Club. Okay, so I am going to answer one of your questions. I do this every week. I post a weekly question thread in the Confident Ladies Club. And this week we have a question. Do you still get nervous or second guess yourself when you do webinars? So I want this to be more broad, and this will be, this can be for interviews, this can be for any speaking engagement, even for discovery calls, if that's something that makes you nervous. So my first thing I'm going to tell you is that I still get nervous. Public speaking is actually one of my biggest fears. When I was in college, when I was in high school, even in grad school, I did everything I could to avoid a public speaking class because I absolutely hated it. I would try to do everything I could to get out of any type of presentation in class. So it's definitely something that I'm continuing to work on. It doesn't come easy to me, but things like doing interviews or standing up in a big room of people really make me nervous. So I have a few tips that help me, and I really think they'll help you too. So I wrote a little list here. My first one is make sure that you have a nutritious meal. So before you go to an interview or do any type of public speaking, make sure that you've eaten a full meal. For myself, if I don't eat enough, I get shaky, my blood sugar gets low. It makes you feel more nervous. You may get some symptoms of racing heart, trembling hand, and you don't want to look that way, especially in front of people, because it will make you look even more nervous. So make sure you have a nutritious meal. The next thing is make sure that you drink enough water because you may feel dehydrated and that could actually make you pass out. So I always have a cup of water with me and I'm going to take a sip. Just in case I get a little tickle in my throat. And I also just want to make sure I'm completely hydrated. The next thing is not to drink too much coffee. And this can be something that people do when they're nervous, just to sort of comfort themselves, but too much coffee can also make you feel shaky. Number 4, put on some high vibe music before you go on. So this may sound ridiculous, but I like to put on something that's just really inspirational, really positive, and sing my lungs out. Thank God no one sees me because I do it in my house, but I'll put something on Hillsong music or Beyonce or Katy Perry, something just fun and girly or something inspirational, like I said, like Hillsong. And I will just sing because it sort of gets all your adrenaline out, and you're also just getting your words out and practicing speaking. And that's another thing I'll do too, is I'll just in the shower before I go, I'll just sort of talk out loud and introduce myself hi, I'm Kate, I'm a confidence and mindset coach for women entrepreneurs, and I'll just talk out loud. I'll say some maybe key points that I want to bring up during that speech. Another thing is make sure that you read some verses or some mantras before, so you just say these out loud. So one that I love, and I have actually on my business cards, is, I don't know if you can see, if God is within her, she will not fail. Psalms 46:5. So that's something I always keep on my desk and I continue to read out loud. Another thing I have from the Laura Casey shop, they sent me this a couple months ago, is this little card, and it's got all of these different verses on it for different things. So if you're feeling anxious, there's Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. If you're feeling stressed, 2 Corinthians 5:17. If you're feeling worried, Matthew 6:25. Feeling defeated, Philippians 4:13. Feeling anxious about everything is Philippians 4:6. So read some verses, say some mantras out loud. I love public speaking. I'm great at public speaking. People can't wait to hear my story. People can't wait to hear what I have to tell them about X, Y, and Z. Okay, so the next thing, I love this. One of my good friends introduced me to this TED Talk by Amy Cuddy over the summer. And it's all about having a power stance. It's all about just acting like you own it. You own the room. You own what you're doing. So one thing that she shows is you want to practice standing up straight. You want to practice walking around the room straight. You want to do some exercises where you like wave your arms in the air and you loosen your muscles up. And little by little, you start to feel more comfortable. You start to feel more powerful, more in control. And I even do this if it's something like an interview that I'm doing while I'm sitting down, because it helps me sit up straight, helps me feel really focused and just feel like I'm in charge and I'm a leader. Let's see. Oh, and then the last thing is praying. Always, always, always pray before I do something. And then a bonus tip is red lipstick. Red lipstick always makes me feel great. I don't really wear makeup. Every now and then you'll catch me doing like an interview or something with some makeup on, but day to day I don't wear makeup. So something like this, I'll just throw a little lipstick on and I feel great. I feel like $1,000,000. So those are my tips. I'm just seeing if there was any other questions. Yeah, so those are my tips for what to do before you do an interview or you do some type of speech or you do a webinar. Just write these things down and practice them next time. And I promise you, if you can do even a handful of these things, you're going to feel like $1,000,000 when you get on camera. All right, so I hope you all have a great day. And if you want to ask a question, you can go into the Confident Ladies Club Facebook group. Every Monday, I post a Q&A thread, and just ask a question in the thread, and I'll come on here and answer it for you. All right, have a great day. Talk to you all soon. Bye.